guys, welcome back to Smizer, and in this video we are going to be continuing our RPS game which we were making in the previous video. So if you haven't watched the previous video, go first watch it. So previously we had done all this, and today we are going to do some editing, and after that we are going to code in JavaScript. Okay, so make the logic. So first of all, let's style these buttons. I don't like these buttons at all. So here we are going to add img. Okay, so img dot uh, rock img. Okay, so src will be imgs and rock. So after that we are just going to copy this and let's paste it over here, also paste it over here. Alright, now we have to change the src's paper, and after that here I'll do scissors. Alright, now let's check how our image is looking. Very good, very good. Just joking, it is looking ridiculous. So what I will do is I'll just edit these images. So let's edit this rock img. I have remember that I have given rock img class to all of these three but images. So this whatever styling I will do to rock img, it will apply to all these images. Okay, so let's give the width as suppose if I give 100 pixel, and let's increase this. Okay, 200 pixels is I think pretty good. Alright, and now one more thing. No, it's okay. So 200 pixels, let's set the height also 300 pixels. I think 300 pixels. I think 218 pixels is perfect. So let's copy this code and we will paste it in the style.css in our Visual Studio Code. So like this, and now we'll style the button, and the class is rock paper scissor. Class is btns. Okay, so I'll do dot btns display flex. Why am I doing display flex? I will not save this, and I will show you how they are looking. They are like in one line. So now you will say, using display flex we just make it in one line, right? Yeah, we do that, but using display flex we can set the property flex direction column, which will put this text below this img. Let me just show you display flex and flex direction column. Let's save this. You see, as I was telling, the text has come down, but everything else also has come down. So let's see what's the problem. btns holder. So what we will do is we will target this btns holder and we will set the display as flex. Display flex, align items center, and justify content center. Now nothing happened because see the wait, yeah, now we will be able to properly see this. So if we look at div class btns holder, its width is just this much from here to here. So now we need to set the width to 100%, so that it takes 100% width, like it will take width from here to here. Then we can apply the justify content center or align item center property. So btns holder will do width 100%. Okay, now we have to do justify content center. So look, they are in the center. One more thing, let's put it like this. So now we need to set the height so that they are in the center. Okay, so let's set the height as 100 vh. I think 100 vh is pretty good. Now you see this, we can scroll, so it is not looking good, and I am going to fix that too. So let's copy this whole and we are going to paste it in style.css. Now to disable this scrolling, there is just one, we need just one line of code, and that is in the body. We will target the body, and here we will write overflow hidden. Okay, just using this line, look, the option to scroll has gone, so it will be just this, and it is pretty useful when you are making this type of game, right? Or when you are doing when you are making like any type of game, mostly it is like this. So you see this is looking a little bit ugly, the scissors one. So let's just increase the height a little bit. That won't affect these two images that much. So let's increase the height. I think 234 pixel is pretty good. If I increase it, these two will start looking very odd. So 234 is, I think, pretty good. So let's move on to rock img 234. Okay, so yeah, now it's looking a bit good. So but see, there is one problem. um, this text is not in the center. So if we try to do text align center, it won't work. Why? Because the width of this is the width of this text is just this much only, wrapped in its content. So we need to make a paragraph tag. So p dot, it's a p dot text. Now I am keeping very odd names, I can say, but when you are like making a professional website, or if you are launching it on a large scale, suppose you have a game, then you are launching it, so use meaningful IDs in classes. This is a very good practice to use meaningful IDs in classes. Okay, so let's save this, and if we see, then nothing happened because I didn't do text align center. So still you see the p's, the paragraph tags width is just wrapped to the content. So what we need to do is, let's style this p dot text, and we are going to set the width as 100%. Means it will take the 100% width of this parent. Look, the rock text and also other texts have come in the center. Okay, so now it looks good. Also let's give margin top. Okay, margin top 20 pixel. I think 20 pixel is pretty fine. If we see for other IMG buttons also, yeah, 20 pixel is, I think, good. So let's copy this p dot text and we will paste it in style.css over here. And now we are going to style these ptns. Let's make it transparent. What if we make it transparent? As btns background transparent. uh, Everything is good, but we need to remove the border. It is looking very odd. So or else let's give it a white border, right? 5 pixel solid, oops, 5 pixel solid white. Okay, so let's give this margin uh, right. Okay, 20 pixel. Now it is not in the center, guys, so let's set only margin. Okay, so now let's set a font family. Okay, so font family. Now let's see which font family is looking good. Now I like one font family which is the system UI. I like this font. Yeah, it's looking very good, at least for me. So let's copy this code and we'll paste it over here. Okay, so now our designing is looking good. Alright, but one thing I think, see, what I need to do is, let's give this a separate ID. Okay, so the scissors one, we will give it a separate ID. Where is scissors ID? We'll give SCIIMG. Okay, short and simple it has to be. And also don't keep it like ABCID like that, because you won't be able to recognize whose ID is this. If we keep it like meaningful, then you will be able to easily recognize. So let's copy this SCIIMG, and I am going like hashtag SCIIMG. Look, you will say now sometimes we use dot, sometimes we use hashtag. If you are using ID, like if you are giving ID, then we use hashtag, and when you are using a class, then you give a dot. Okay, so over here we will write we will type width. Let me see the width of the normal. Width is 200 pixels, so we need to set it a bit less. Let's say 180 pixel. Okay, so if we see 180 pixel is looking pretty good, and I think this is enough for the designing part. But one thing I need to do is, let's set the padding. Okay, padding in, sorry, padding in, yeah, we need to set the padding from button, this button class btns. Okay, we will give padding. Now what is padding? Padding is space from inside, so that we can get inside space. Look, inside space. Now these imgs are just sticking to the wall. That's the border is the wall. Okay, so now these imgs are sticking to the wall, but we don't want that. So let's give this btns a padding, let's say 20 pixel. mm, yeah, I think 20 pixel is pretty good. So in btns we'll give padding 20 pixel. Okay, after that I think it's pretty good. And one more thing we need to do is, let's set the border radius. Let's set 20 pixel. Alright, let's just increase it. No, this is not looking good. 20 pixel I think is not 20 pixel. Yeah, 38 pixel is I think pretty good. Let's copy this 38 pixel border radius and we'll paste it over here. Now you say, as I spend a lot of time in designing. Look, designing is a pretty major part in any game. Design is the one of the most uh, basic things in designing a game. Okay, so designing is very important. Alright, now I need to do one thing. I need to set a text like choose rock paper or scissor, so that people come to know. Okay, so let's give this a br means a line break. Okay, br means a break, br means line break. Okay, so choose rock, oops, paper or scissors. Okay, so choose rock paper or scissors. Yeah, it's not looking a bit good, so we need to do text align center. Let's say in the container, let's set the text align center and let's see what happens. Yeah, it happens. So text align center, we will copy this attribute and we'll copy this property and let's paste it in container. Over here text align center, and we will give some more brs. It will be better if you do with css, but since I don't want to give a separate margin, separate class and id, that's why I'm using brs only. So I think this is pretty cool. This is looking a bit good. what we will do is, in btn's holder, let's just reduce the height. uh, I think this much is pretty good. 60 vh. Okay, so btn's holder 60 vh height. All right, 60 vh. And one more thing I want to do, and that is, in btn's we will do cursor pointer. Now you will say, what is cursor pointer? First it was like this only, like an arrow, but now when I take it, becomes a hand. So this looks pretty cool. Like let me give an example. Yeah, like this hand which is forming. Okay, so now our designing part is over. Now we will move on to javascript. Let's see if our style.cs main.js file is included or not. Yeah, it is included. Let us check it. So now let's check it. Let's open the inspect, and let's go to console, and scripts included, which means scripts included. So now we are going to use DOM manipulation, which means that we are going to use mm, these HTML elements using their classes and IDs, and we are going to change a little bit stuff. But first, let's create a variable. Okay, let uh, bot number. Now what is this bot number? Look, let's first understand how we are going to make this game. So first there will be a bot. Okay, so one stands, let me write just one stands, let's set it like 1 equals to rock. Okay, 2 equals to paper, and 3 equals to scissors. Okay, so now we are going to generate random numbers between 1 and 3. Alright, so make a random numbers. Okay, math dot 2 into let's say 3. So now we are going to do console dot log, and we are going to print bot number. Okay, so let's open our console, and yeah, we need to do math dot floor. Now what this will do is, it will round off the decimal number to its nearest whole number. Okay, so it's 2 now. So let's refresh it. It's 1 now. So it like generates random numbers. Okay, you see it's generating random numbers. Now look guys, this is producing numbers from 0 to 2. So let's change it. So let's change our value. So 0 equals to rock, 1 equals to paper, and 2 equals to scissors. Okay, so this is it. Now we are going to uh, set on click listeners on these btns. So let's set on click. On click we are going to set rock. Okay, we are just making a function. Now you will say, what is on click? So on click of this btn, there will be if there is a function, then that function, look, if there is a rock function, then rock function will run on click of this button. So rock, and after that let's copy this. Let's just copy this, and I'm going to paste it over here, rock, and this is paper, and after that scissors, scissors. Okay, so let me show you that this works. So let's make this rock function. Okay, let's test that if this works or not. So rock, and after that let's console dot log and rock clicked. Okay, and don't miss the semicolon. If you don't write the semicolon, then also it's okay, but it's a good practice that you should write the semicolon. So if we click on this and see rock clicked, and let's clear this console. So let's remove this. So I have cleared this console. Only if you click on this button, then only rock clicked will come. Let's do this like this. So only if I click this button, then only rock clicked will come. If I click on this button, then it is saying uncaught type error, paper is not a function. So it is telling us that, hey, you have not yet said that on click of this button run a function called paper, but there is no function called paper in main.js. So if I create a function called paper, and if I create a function called scissors, so let's create a function called paper, and let's create a function called scissors. Okay, and after that we are going to change the names. Paper, alright. Now you see there will be no error if I click on this rock clicked, and if I click on this paper clicked, and if I click on this scissor clicked. So now we can say that our on click functions are working perfectly. So now we are going to write some logic. Okay, so first of all we'll write if. Okay, if bot number is equal to 0, then it is rock. So uh, alert. Okay, alert, it's a draw. Okay, it's a draw. Okay, let's give a semicolon. So after that, else if bot number is equals to 1, oops, not exclamatory mark, 1, then 1 will be paper. So the user lost. Okay, because paper catches rock. So alert, you lost. Okay, and after that we are making, because there is no other option, like it will just print till 2. So we are going else alert, you won. Okay, don't forget the semicolon. So let's test it. It's a draw. Let's see what the computer has. Oops, let wait let's see what the computer had console logged. If we go to console, it's 0. It's a draw. Wait, is it even producing new numbers? What we are going to do is, when we click on this, we are going to reload this window so that a new numbers is generated. Okay, so you won, and after that we are going to copy just this, and we are going to paste it in paper also, and we are going to paste it in scissors also. Oh sorry, and we are going to paste it in scissors also. But now we are going to change it a little bit. If it is 0 in paper, if it is 0, then you won. Why? Because uh, let's paste it over here, you won. Okay, because as I was saying, because paper catches rock. So if bot number is equal to 0, that means if bot number is equal to rock, then you won. Give an alert that you won. Else if bot number is equal to 1, then we'll give you it's a draw. Let's just copy this. It's a draw. Why? Because one is paper or one is paper only, so it's a draw. So guys, for reloading our window, there is just simple one line of code, and it is like a location dot reload and then semicolon. Just two words of code, and that's it. So now I have to paste it everywhere wherever I have used if and else, if and else. So enjoy the time lapse. So guys, finally I have finished pasting this reload location dot reload, and let's save this document. And after that, if we click on this rock and if we window reloaded, just notice this button, just notice like this area. If we click on that, look, it reload. Look, so guys, it is very fun playing this game, and you can make it even better. Like you can hide all these buttons and you can display a text. There are many things which you can do, but this is a simple basic structure that I have shown you how to make. I hope you like this video, and that's it for this game. I hope you liked this game also. Stay tuned for the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.